She falsely accused my brother without realizing my brother passed away 8 years ago. So here's the deal. I'm Maya, 22 years old, and I'm a triplet. Well, I guess I was a triplet. One of my brothers, Adam, died when we were 14. It's been a long time, but even after all these years, I just can't bring myself to say I only have one brother. Like, it feels wrong. I mean, we grew up together as three. You know? Just because one of us isn't here anymore doesn't mean he's erased from my life. Anyway, the thing is I started this new job 3 months ago. It's at a small clinic, and for the most part, I like the people I work with. Everyone's nice enough, but I haven't exactly become best friends with anyone. You know how it is when you're new. It takes time to get close to people. So one day during lunch, some of the coworkers were just chatting, and the conversation moved to siblings. They asked me how many I had. Now I've been through this scenario 100 times, and I always do the same thing. I just say, I'm a triplet. I have 2 brothers. It's easier that way, and honestly, I'm not trying to trauma dump on people I barely know. Like, what am I supposed to do? Drop the fact that one of my brothers died when I was 14 and make everyone super uncomfortable? I'd rather not. No one batted an eye at my answer. They probably just thought it was a fun fact or whatever, and I didn't feel the need to explain further. It was all cool until about a week later when my brother Dylan came to pick me up from work because my car was in the shop. That's when everything went sideways. So we're walking out of the building, and one of my coworkers, Sarah, catches a glimpse of Dylan. And, you know, my brother's a good-looking guy, so I wasn't surprised when she was like, "Oh my God, Maya. Is that your brother? He's so cute. You have to set me up with him." I laughed it off at first and was like, "Nah. He's got a girlfriend." I thought that'd be the end of it. But, no, she kept pushing, asking me all these questions about him. And then this is where it gets really awkward. She goes, "What about your other brother? Is he single?" Now at this point, I'm stuck because the other brother she's talking about is Adam, and I'm not about to explain that he's, you know, not around anymore. So I just kind of panicked and said, "He's not available either." Technically, I didn't lie, but it felt weird as hell. She dropped it after that, and I thought I was in the clear, but oh my God, was I wrong? Fast forward a few days and I start hearing some whispers. Nothing major at first, just a couple of my coworkers talking quietly when I walked by. But you know when you can feel people talking about you? Yeah. It was that vibe. I ignored it at first because I hate confrontation and figured it was probably nothing. Boy, was I wrong. One day during lunch, I overhear Sarah and a couple of her friends, Chloe and Emily, talking about me, and they're not even being subtle. They're full on gossiping about how I didn't set Sarah up with my other brother because, get this, he's single on Instagram. Now at this point, I'm sitting there thinking, what the hell is she talking about? Adam never even had Instagram. Hell, he wasn't around when Instagram became a thing. So clearly, she's confusing him with someone else. My best guess is that she saw one of my cousins who shares our last name and is in a few pictures with me and Dylan and assumed he was the third triplet. Whatever. Right? I figured it was just a dumb mix-up and moved on. That is until it got way worse. The next day, I'm minding my own business at work when 2 coworkers, people I don't even know that well, come up to me looking all serious. They ask, "Hey, Maya. What's going on with your brother?" I'm super confused and just say, "What do you mean?" And they go, "We heard that the reason you didn't set Sarah up with him is because there's some stuff from college, like allegations or something?" I'm just sitting there, staring at them like they've lost their minds. Allegations? College? Adam never even went to college because, you know, he died at 14. I tell them there must be some mistake, and they look at each other like they don't believe me. One of them says, "Well, Sarah said she heard from someone who went to your college that your brother had some issues." At this point, I'm freaking out. I can feel my heart racing, but I try to stay calm. I tell them, "Look, that's impossible. My brother passed away when we were 14. And do you think they believed me? Nope. They called Sarah over, and all 3 of them just start accusing me of lying. It was insane. I had to pull out my phone, show them pictures from Adam's funeral, photos of me and Dylan at his grave, even pictures of us holding his photo at our graduation. It was humiliating. But instead of apologizing, they started saying that I was still lying because I didn't mention Adam was dead when they first asked. Like, how does that even make sense? I'm a liar for not wanting to talk about my dead brother during small talk. It was like a nightmare. Sarah made this huge deal about how I was being shady for not telling everyone up front that Adam had passed, and Chloe and Emily just ate it all up. They started whispering about me even more after that. The entire office vibe shifted.